This is Karangahape Road, central Auckland. Most people call it K Road. It's edgy, diverse and colourful. My name is Six. For many years, K Road was my home. I was homeless. Now I write and publish the Road Chronicle, a newspaper that gives street people their own voice. This is my round. I know it and I love it. But now I want to venture out and hear stories from the homeless community who live beyond K Road. When I started the K Road Chronicle, I had no idea how much people would get behind it or where it would lead. This year we're taking the Chronicle to the next level, which means launching a Queen Street edition, and we're getting new facilities, and we've got funding for a new copier through the Auckland Council. This is an amazing machine. It uses vegetable-based ink, which is in here. But the plate goes on there and the prints roll over there. On the cover of this edition, I managed to get a photo of the Prime Minister. Jacinda Ardern, it was last Friday. You know, I'm cheeky, everyone's standing back, you know, all shy, oh, it's Jacinda. I got right up there, you know, I wanted that good shot, and I think that's what we got. You know, there's a certain etiquette involved, but you don't charge in like a terrorist, but, you know, if she can see you've got a camera and you're taking a photo, you know. I'm pretty unconventional. I even did my postgrad in communications while homeless. It's been a lot of upskilling for me, but then, you know, my university training really did prepare me quite well. Of course, first I had to be housed, which when it finally happened, allowed my dream of a paper to be realised. Ironically, this came after I got into a bit of trouble. I had been sleeping in the doorway of Merge Café. They look after the homeless on K Road. One morning, the manager, Manu, came to work and found the lock on the front door had been superglued. Some rude comments scrawled in lipstick on the window did point to my involvement.
Thank God it was lipstick. At first I thought it was permanent marker, and I'm like, Six, you've done it.
Got a bad temper, I know I do.
And I asked you, I said, Six, did you do it? And you said, no, it wasn't me. And then I had to check the cameras, and it was you. So I know that person right there.
We can stand here and we can be mates and we can laugh about it now, but at the time, I was in a really bad headspace.
Yep.
You know, and you were still there for me. You'd still bring me out coffee, and you'd still bring me out breakfast. That was kind of my lowest point. That was the turning point. And if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't have got into that trouble, I might still be sleeping out there. After the incident, I ended up in a special court for homeless people. They helped me to get housed and start work on the paper. Another person who turned their life around after being housed was my good friend Sammy. We used to share the doorstep at Merge.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Our old spot.
I know, make yourself comfy.
This brings back memories.
Oh, amazing, you know, just the journeys. We used to sleep here, and then I got in trouble for writing on the windows and...
Writing on the window? I thought you glued the key lock.
Yeah, I did that.
But we had some good times here though too. And look how far you've come with the Chronicle. We used to sleep here, I'll sit here before we go to sleep, and we used to talk about your dream of starting up a newspaper.
I know. And everyone said it'll never happen. Were you here when I graduated and I was pouncing around in my gown and everything?
With your nose up in the air.
My nose up in the air. Look at me, I'm a postgraduate, sleeping on the street. So what's life looking like now?
Well, I've been housed now for 4 years.
6 weeks?
Haven't for 1 year, 1 week and 2 days.
How do you feel about it? Do you miss it?
I don't miss the sex work. I miss seeing the girls. I don't know. No, I probably don't miss. Like, if I could go back to that or be where I am now, I wouldn't change a thing. I love my life now.
I was homeless for about 6 years. How long were you homeless for?
Oh, about a year, just over a year. I was under the bridge.
It's quite a popular little community, isn't it?
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just even walking up to it.
Do you think there's kind of like almost a sense of pride that you did it, you survived?
I don't know if it's pride, but I'm not ashamed to say that was 2 years of my life. It's not a case of, oh, I just might go live under a bridge today. It's a case of, where else am I going to go? I don't have family. I only knew you as a friend that I could trust, and you were just as homeless. Everyone thinks that it's like really loud under there, but it's actually not. The only thing you hear at night time, da-dung, da-dung. The first night I was like, I am never gonna sleep here. Within a week, I didn't even hear that da-dung, da-dung.
This is probably a nice headboard if it was given a clean up.
Actually, that's
your headboard.
That was my headboard. Wow, it does bring back memories.
Sammy has become a good friend and we helped each other through tough times. That's why we live in communities. Our street whānau is tightly knit, but not all homelessness is the same. It doesn't always start out in a park or under a bridge. People often don't realise they're homeless. Like, he's living in his aunt's garage. He can't spend another winter living in somebody's garage. So I said to him, you get the help that's available to you, and he's like, oh, I can't because I don't have this, and I can't because of this, and it's like, you can. Have a chronicle. I couldn't have done the chronicle without being housed. Having your own home allows you to move forward with your life. In our first series, we met Keith. He was crashing at a mate's place.
This is me, my corner for now until I find something better. And thankfully my mate gave up part of his lounge room for me to have somewhere to stay.
By the end of the episode, Keith had been given emergency accommodation in a motel. He has his own flat now, so I called in for a visit. Keith, look, the world's changed for you, mate. So this is great, there's no sound from the neighbours. It's just perfect for a single person, isn't it? What does it mean to you, Keith, to have this place, to have somewhere permanent to call home?
Everything. I can cook my own feeds, wash my clothes myself and all that sort of thing.
So what's your mental health like at the moment?
Been really good. I'm so grateful. I want to try and do something to help back, and I know that there's lots of organisations out there that I can go and volunteer for, so now that I've got the home life sorted and a base that I can work from.
Keith was housed by Housing First, an initiative which brings together organisations that address some of the underlying causes of homelessness. My life turned around when I was housed after my little brush with the law. What do you think the turning point for you was? I mean, I'm very clear what it was for me, but you were still on the streets when I got housed.
Yeah.
So
the turning point, it was probably, I had a meeting at NZPC and I said to her, well, I've tried getting a house, I've tried everything. If it wasn't for them going the back door to get me into housing, I would probably still be under a bridge.
And that's where the real significance of these people out there, like Manu, like Eddie from Lifewise, like the
Anna,
people.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Shana. These people
Even
are out
you.
there. They're there. They're resources that people need to take advantage of. People need to say, hey, I need some help.
Yeah. But sometimes it takes those people to say, well, this person's never going to ask for help.
Yeah.
Let's go and ask if they want us to help them.